Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying the new year so far. We wanted to give a review of Hawkeye real quick, but as opposed to doing it from start to finish, we're going to concentrate on one specific aspect of the finale, that being Kingpin. And spoiler alert, we were not fans of this portrayal. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought this is Filson Whisk, not Wilson Fisk. Let's get into it.
My first problem, why I think it's so bad, is just like, where was the flashback episode?
Exactly like Daredevil season 2, they explained how Fisk got to the position that he was in the prison. They gave a little scene showing him getting arrested and then him having a confrontation with Dutton, right? We needed that build up. We needed to show how he got from where we last saw him in season 3, if he's the same character, right? Basically saying that I'm not going to return to crime if Daredevil doesn't expose Vanessa. So what happened with Vanessa and what happened with Daredevil during the snap? We need to know these answers, right?
So, is it right after season three? Or is it a soft reboot? We don't understand that. And if it's right after season three, then the big question is, because that's what I'm reading, that's what I think you're reading as well. Why is he hiring Trusta Bro or whatever the hell that was? They're incompetent. He's always had really competent people behind him. Well, Wesley, for example.
Exactly. Wesley, Felix Manning, he had a team of very, very skilled professionals doing his every favor for him. So where did those folks go? Did they all get snapped away? Because frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Exactly. And then losing to Kate was interesting because, he's repeatedly beaten up Daredevil and Punisher and gotten, beaten up by Daredevil a couple of times as well. But given a good fight to someone like that, whereas, Kate Bishop's not that, how did he get beaten by her?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a poor job of making him seem superhuman at times and then having him die a rather unceremonious death at the hands of Maya, if you want to call it a death. Personally, I don't think he died. I mean, talk about a waste of character, number one. And number two, in the comics, the same thing happened and he was blinded. But like, are we now going to see a blinded Kingpin for the rest of the MCU going up against Spider-Man? I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I'd hope that, the theory that Daredevil stepped in is the real one, but way to waste a character at the end. Just show after 5 weeks of anticipation, you just show him get a shot in the face. Great.
I mean, I think the most Kingpin-esque dialogue we got from him this episode was when he said, the people need to be reminded, that the city belongs to me, right? Everything else was lackluster, weird unkingpin-esque dialogue when he's saying, in the spirit of the holidays, I'm going to give you a chance to reconsider. Season 1
Yeah, what
Kingpin,
was that? What the
yeah,
hell was that? Can we talk about that? In the spirit of the holidays, I
seriously,
ask you to
man.
reconsider. What the hell was that? Since when is Kingpin a Christian? First of
Yeah,
all, that's the question. Like, since even if he is born into that, like, where is the like, I believe in God of Kingpin?
no, like he literally said, I'm not a religious man, but I've read bits and pieces over the years. And his ill intent speech, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so where did I mean, sure, non-religious people may celebrate Christmas, but I mean, like, did he suddenly become Christian because of the snap or losing Vanessa or something? I don't know. It
No,
it doesn't seem
it's just like, since when
Kingpin-esque
does he
to
care
care
about the
about
holidays?
holidays. Exactly. Right? Old season 1 Kingpin would have smoked Eleanor on site. He would have got his team of assassins. He would have called Nobu or something, taken her out. He wouldn't have got involved in a street level confrontation that's way below his reputation, frankly.
Nah, fuck that. He ripped the car door off Eleanor's car.
I
Name a
know.
more iconic duo than Kingpin and a car door. Yet for some reason you did not show him using the car door at all.
I mean, I got to give
That's
them
an
credit for
insult.
like actually giving us a cameo as opposed to WandaVision, who teased us with the whole Ralph Boner thing and ended up pulling the plug on it anyways and kind of spitting in the face of fans. So at the same time, it's not like, they're moving in the right direction, but we expect better from Marvel. Star Wars did it well with Luke Skywalker. That was a seamless or organic introduction of a character or reintroduction of a character we know and love so well. So why wasn't that the case with this show?
I don't even understand. Also don't understand why you can't have a Hawkeye and Kingpin scene in the entire episode.
No, like going back to the Carter, they were teasing us with that, but like real Kingpin would have beat her with the car door too, right? At least if he's out in the
No, no,
open, like already
I'd
exposed and stuff,
imagine
right?
I'd imagine that after 5 weeks, you'd at least want Hawkeye and Kingpin to be in the same 100-meter radius,
They never interacted. I don't know
which
if
they
they're
were
saving that for
not.
season 2, but
If
you know,
they
I would.
have a season two,
I'm not really sure how I.
and guess what? They shot the dude in the face, so we don't even know if he'll be back.
They didn't show us what the hell happened, right? I mean, there's a whole rule where it's like if you don't see the body, then they're not dead.
Yeah, I
But
hope that rule. I hope that rule is used here.
I certainly hope that's true as well. But like, come on, imagine a scene between like real Kingpin and the LARPers. Like, just imagining how they'd speak to each other is an interesting concept. Also, like, what about French Lalo and Kingpin too? They would have had an amazing scene together, right?
Yeah, yeah. The swordsman. They didn't really use him. They kind of used the whole that trope of like, oh, he's suspect. Oh, he's scary. Oh, wait, he's lovable.
Yeah,
Which
it
I
was
don't
a.
mind. You know what? I like that. It's Marvel. I love that part of it. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I that's all accepted. I just didn't like how they treated a villain after 5 weeks of build up. I just don't understand why all the Disney Plus shows are doing this, except for Loki. All of them are kind of doing this.
I mean, even Loki to a certain extent, with Sylvie initially being an antagonist and then them growing to love each other, right? I'm not a
Right,
big
right.
fan
But
of
at
this
least
this
they
trend where
didn't
like,
butcher the Kang. At least they didn't butcher the Kang reveal.
oh yeah,
Kang
that
was
was
what I
amazing.
hoped and dreamed Kang was.
But I do think it's a worrying trend where they keep on trying to make these villains into anti-heroes.
Right.
Lalo
There
wasn't a
can
villain
be
in the
real
first place.
villains.
Jack wasn't a villain in the first place. But it's the fake out subversion element of it that I find poorly handled.
I find Kingpin to be one of the better villains that have ever existed in Marvel,
He's my
and
favorite villain,
I
so
know
I'm
you
I'm
feel the
super
same way.
biased. Favorite villain in
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah. So I hope that they kind of change the direction that they made for this, and I know a lot of people were disappointed on this one, bro.
I could tell like I really wanted this to be the same Kingpin. Like I was even telling you, like maybe he switched up his style of speaking to appeal to this New York socialite type of clientele, right? And then I realized like when he's talking this way with Kazi, like damn, he actually talks this way. Like dude, just like lost a whole lot of verbosity between then and now.
Right, right.
It's bizarre, and that brings me to my biggest complaint with this. Why didn't we find out what happened with Bullseye? I mean, first of all, that's an amazing joke setup right there where, Hawkeye goes, there's a bullseye now. And Kate says, oh, you got to brand better. I told you about that hawk ear thing, right?
Exactly.
Amazing.
It would
Not
have
to
made
mention
sense. It
their
would have been
history in the
funny.
comics, right? Where Bullseye is pretending to be Hawkeye, right? Talk about
Right.
an interesting dynamic right there.
There are a bunch of people. There's another villain named Trickshot. There's like a bunch of villains that you could have brought in. You chose to bring in Kingpin, and then you do this.
The only thing that can make this worse is if Kingpin shows up, this Kingpin, in What If Season 2. I'm sorry. That will just.
Honestly, I mean, no, but that, you know what? That would make more sense than this.
Yeah, if they give us badass Kingpin in What If Season 2, I'm down. But if they have like dumbass Uatu and then like, I don't know, evil Doctor Strange being stupid and then dumbass Kingpin like a cesspool of dumbassery, I'm not with it, man. I'm sorry.
I don't understand what they can do here, but here's to hoping that they see some of this backlash and they're like, let's make Kingpin the smart one again. Let's give him dialogue that he's actually deserving of and not give Eleanor some of the Kingpin lines.
Exactly. This show was great so far. I really hope for Season 2 they improve this character. But point is, we weren't satisfied. Now, let's close it out.
Point is, Hawkeye missed the mark with the Kingpin reveal. Sorry to say, Hawkeye has missed once.
And Marvel, we expect a bullseye next time. How'd you guys feel about Kingpin and Hawkeye's finale? We'll respond to each and every one of your comments in the comments. Until next time, see you guys.